Astronaut Scott Kelly launched into space on a one-year mission to the International Space Station in 2015. He was weightless for 340 days. His identical twin brother, retired astronaut Mark Kelly, stayed on Earth. Because they are identical twins, Scott and Mark Kelly share almost all the same genetic material, or DNA. They agreed to let scientists study them before, during, and after Scott's mission to find out what a year floating in space may do to the human body. The investigation is known as the twin study, and the first results are now in. In the twin study, researchers are looking at 10 aspects of the human body. They are doing the investigation for NASA's Human Research Program. NASA is the American Space Agency. They introduced some early findings at a conference in Texas last month. At the conference, researchers said that some genetic changes occurred in Scott Kelly while he was in space. John Charles is the chief scientist for NASA's Human Research Program. He says researchers expected some of those changes, but there was a surprise, a change to Scott's telomeres. Telomeres sit on the end of chromosomes. Chromosomes are the part of cells that hold DNA. Usually, as people age, their telomeres become shorter. But when he was in space, Scott Kelly's telomeres did the opposite. They became longer. Charles says, usually astronauts have shorter telomeres than other people. He thinks this may be because their intense training on Earth is stressful. So, being in space, Charles says, may actually be less stressful.
They're eating well, they're sleeping, we hope, well, they have work that's meaningful to them, they're exercising, they have 2 hours every day for exercise, a luxury that many of us on the Earth would like to have, but can't afford.
Scott Kelly's telomeres shortened again when he returned to Earth. Researchers are also looking at the twin brothers' microbiomes. Those are the microorganisms, mostly good bacteria, that all humans carry in their intestines to help with digestion. Scott and Mark had different microbiomes, but NASA says that is probably because the men had different diets and different environments. Charles says Scott Kelly's microbiomes showed the astronaut was very healthy going into